Hello everyone. We're starting a new series on Sunday, going through the book of Psalms. We're going to have 6 weeks, picking out a different psalm each week, learning from it. And my hope is that we're not just learning from the psalm. The psalms are designed for us to join in with the prayers that they are. We're to read them and jump into the psalm, inject in our own prayers and lift them up to God together. It's a call to join in with those psalms. And before we start, I thought I'd just give us a few little tips in how we read the psalms. First is that they really do give us a broad sense of experience of who we are as humans. They cover this broad scope of human experience and emotion. Calvin said that you can't find a human emotion that isn't in the psalms. And often those psalms, they give us a voice when we can't quite articulate what it is that we're meant to be praying. At times when we are at the lowest of lows, all we can do is cry out to God, but we can now do that through the psalms, and it gives the words that we can't quite find ourselves in an expression up to God. So as we're praying, we need to jump in not just to understanding what the psalm is saying, but to getting the tone and the feel of what's going on in the psalmist's writing. And as we do that, it's not just giving an expression, but it's doing more than that. It's like it's ministering to us at the same time, because so many of the psalms then take that experience and emotion and then they bring it up to God. They hold it up before his character, before his acts, before his deeds. And then that reshapes how we feel. It reshapes our emotions and our affections, as we see that God is the one who is our refuge, who is our security, who is our hope and our shield. But I wonder if we're quite used to doing that. We go to the Psalms and we realise it's giving words to our experience, and we realise it's bringing us to God the Father. But as well as that, we need to realise that these Psalms are about Jesus. The New Testament is full, jam-packed full of quotes from the Psalms pointing us to the person of Jesus, to the God-man Jesus. And there are loads of direct quotes, but there's also so many echoes and allusions. You see, the Psalms, they are songs about Jesus. You think how many of them are written by David. Who's David? He's the king of Israel, and he is speaking very much as knowing he was one in a line where the Messiah, Jesus, would come. And so that means so many of the Psalms, they're speaking into who this Jesus is going to be. But another fun thing that I think is really helpful when we're reading the Psalms is to realise that they're not only about Jesus and sung to him, but they're also sung by Jesus. Remember, Jesus was a Jewish boy. He would have known the Psalms, sung the Psalms, learnt the Psalms. He probably knew them off by heart. When he is experiencing the most intense moments in his life, what spills out of his mouth? They're quotes from the Psalms. On the cross, he is quoting from a psalm. And I think that really changes how we then read these Psalms. We start asking the question, what would it mean for Jesus to be singing this? When he is faced with pressure from enemies around him, how would he be singing this psalm? And as we do that, I think actually that then helps us to pray this psalm well. We now pray the Psalms in Christ. He's like the choir master leading us in this song prayer. And he leads us into the prayer and we join him. So as we're joining in with these Psalms, I want us to please do ask that question. What does this psalm mean? What's the tone of this psalm? How am I meant to feel as I'm praying this psalm? What do I learn about God? But also, how does Jesus sing this psalm? How does he sing this psalm? And just as I leave you, so please do that this week, think about how Jesus is praying that psalm as you read through this week. But also a couple of reasons for why we're looking at the book of Psalms. One is, I think, in such a strange time when we're away from people, often it's with people in normal circumstances that we're processing things. Well, what better time to jump into the Psalms to give a voice to our experience? And then not just to leave it there, but then to take it up to God through Jesus and to help that shape our experience now. And also, I think we're living in increasingly, in Britain, emotionally led times. People are won by their emotions and their affections. And I want to show that the Psalms, they make emotional sense. That actually Jesus and Christianity, they make sense of our experience. I think that's a great apologetic, a great reason for us to be confident in the hope that we have. We have wonderful, hard, solid truth. And that actually shapes our emotional life. It's for our good. So my prayer is that this will be a great time for us as we work through the book of Psalms in the summer. See you soon.